Hello, hello, it's Kim Corallo. Shut the front door too. We are a wreath, door hanger, vintage gift store. We are out of Lexington, Kentucky, and today we have a haul video for you. And let me just say, it has been a day. We have filmed this video. This is the fourth time. The first time it said storage was full and it cut me off. Took care of that. Second time, my battery died. Cut us off. Took care of that. Third, fourth, maybe fifth, who knows? I don't really even know how many times. The lighting was much better, I will tell you that, than it is now. And I had coughing fits, had to stop again. So guys, I am going to try to get through it this time. I am going to work as fast as I can, a little bit quicker. We don't have a ton of things to show you, but we do have some good things to show you. And we're going to start off with some pheasant feathers. And some of you all might think that this is a little bit of an odd find. And it is for a lot of people. But a pheasant feather or a feather, peacock feather can really add a lot of interest, just like greenery and florals can. And I felt like our entire vibe this time had a little bit of a chinoiserie flair, but mostly had that Ralph Lauren vibe, or low battery again, so who knows, guys. Ralph Lauren vibe, or even that English cottage style. And so feathers can really add a lot of texture and interest. So that is the reason why we picked them up. We also picked up this, and this is an unusual piece for us. It's not something we would use in our own home, but it does fit that cottage, English cottage, Ralph Lauren vibe, and we were here for it because we know that there are people out there that, and it's not easy to find this kind of thing, that will desire to have it. And we loved the darker wood with the black trim, but especially that green velvet. Really, really liked this set of antlers. Picked up some brass, and we're not going to leave it because it's getting harder and harder to find, and especially these beautiful older, heavier. We do have the mate for this and in the detail here. Super excited to pick these up. And we'll tell you guys that we told you that June 1st, we were opening Etsy back up, where, you know, when we showed you, we would say this is listed to Etsy. It's not going to happen. And let me just tell you why. We acquired 2 new booth spaces, and we were building those from the ground up a month and a half ago. So we haven't closed Etsy. We just haven't been adding anything new. And we've been telling you that if you see something you like, even though it's an extra step, to reach out. And if it's still available, we'll get it to you, listed onto Etsy, and all the information. And that's worked well. It's gotten us through this, building these booths. And we were right on track, but last week we learned that the booth, our newest booth, is moving locations. So we're sort of in limbo right now. We don't have any more information than that. We know we're probably low man on the totem pole because we were the last one to, the last man standing, I should say. So we don't know if there will be any space left. We don't know if there will be any space we want. We don't know the cost. We don't know any information. So we do know that because of that, we're either going to be moving to a new location or we're going to be moving out. And so what that's telling us is we're not going to really have a whole lot of time the next few weeks to be photographing, listing, and shipping. We'll still do it individually, but the whole getting it all listed. So give us a little bit more grace, and we're sorry, but it's just kind of out of our hands. But showing you beautiful vintage, we'll keep doing that. And if it's something you want, we'll get it to you. Look at these beautiful geese, ducks. I'm gonna call them ducks. I really, really think they're great. They're made in Brazil. They're very old. There are no disclaimers. And again, just giving that English countryside vibe, but I think it also mixes in with the chinoiserie style as well. Trying to move a little fast also because my phone could die any second. Let me show you this vase. They're both vases. But one's a pottery piece, which if you followed for any amount of time, you know I'm not leaving it. I love it. I also love this chinoiserie type of style, and not that I don't love blue and white, but this is a little bit more unusual and harder to find in our area, and I think these are perfect. So blue and white lovers, don't come at me. I mean, you can see I do love it. I do decorate with it. But this type of style is a little bit more unusual in our area. Now, I think these should stay together. If you love them, love both of them. Not really. You can love just one. But I am going to style them together. But let me show you. That just adding a pheasant feather, how it changes the entire look, and it takes it to a whole different style, in my opinion. I love this look too. I know it feels a little rushed. Again, just trying to get through it. I'm a little frustrated too, and I apologize if that is showing through. Another ginger jar that is great, and mainly because of the colorway. I love the soft colors, but look at the feet. That's the best part. This is an Andrea by Sudak piece, and I am loving it. Found a set of 4, and I'm going to sell them all together, of the salt cellars. I really don't see them very often. I am a fan of them. They have no disclaimers. They all have their lids. They all have their spoons. They're little spoons under black light fluoresce green, but the glass does not. However, some clear glass does fluoresce green under black light. So if you have some older glass, check it out. If you're interested in that kind of thing, and you think that kind of thing is cool. Gonna pick up a little flower pot, especially with drain holes, anytime I find them. This one, I think, would look really good on a kitchen windowsill with some herbs. And tell me if you like the new setup. It's not by mistake. It's just that I've been doing paperwork and I have all of that on the sofa. So instead of moving that, I just put a chair and my tripod and my camera in a different location. But I kind of like it because, I mean, you know, I need to do it when I have better lighting, but I like that I can show you closer up. So if you're interested in things, that you can see them a little bit closer. A little bit of Louisville pottery that fits both vibes. I can see it mixing in with blue and white. Can you see behind there with the brass and the blue and white? But also certainly giving off that English countryside vibe. And I found a couple of these English ironstone dishes. They're some type of a cooking dish, but I would use these in a guest bathroom filled with pretty soaps. And because I've filmed this more than once, I'm kind of losing track. I don't know what I've showed and what I haven't showed. I love this little set of brass ducks, and it is not often that you find the whole entire set when it's a vintage item. So I was thrilled to be able to get these. I would pair them together, but I could also see these on a shelving unit and separating them, you know, just one to a shelf, and you know, stack of books in between, you know, some blue and white beside a vase. You know, you get the vibe. It could look really, really cute, even styled separately. I'm not leaving studio pottery, hardly ever, and it's because it amazes me the talent that these people have. Loved the colorway. The size is beautiful, would look great just on its own, but what really did it for me was this free-formed edge detail all the way around. Absolutely stunning piece. I love a good paperweight, and guys, this is a good one. I haven't really done a lot of research, but you can tell the difference. I mean, you can feel the difference, you can see the difference, and I will be shocked if this isn't, you know, one of the really, really desirable name brand paperweights. Still learning, so the verdict is out on that, but I think I'm right. And I do know that this is great. This is an uranium glass frog. I do not know the maker. It's just a decorative piece or a paperweight, but I like him a lot. And I may babysit him for a while. I just have a really soft spot for garden, well, not just garden frogs, but frogs, because my mom had frogs in her garden and they just always remind me of her. So I do kind of gravitate towards frogs and strawberries. Those were her two things. I've shown you similar things. These Toby mugs, I found about 5 lately, and this is a picture. They've all been pictures, I think, but I haven't left them because y'all are really loving them, and I can see why. I think this mixes in to the equestrian kind of look. Well, my book went away, I don't know. And I think it adds a lot of charm and character, and the pop of color is really nice. Look at this beautiful ginger jar. I am in love. It is my very favorite piece. I think that it is stunning, and it's not oftentimes that you find this colorway, and the colorway has slipped my mind. I'm gonna see if it says anything on the bottom. Celadon, I'm glad it did, because it had left my brain. I just think it's stunning and super excited for this. Found a lot of great pieces, and even though I do really think it's great, it's still not my favorite piece. But look at this. This is a bottle opener, and with Father's Day coming, I think it would make a great Father's Day gift. But guys, this is something I see mixing in with a lot of styles, sort of that chinoiserie style with the blue and white. I think the English countryside. I think the Ralph Lauren style. I really think he's a cool find, and really happy to get him. I could shine him up, but I think I'm gonna leave him. I think that I like that amount of patina. 2 more things, 4 more things, and then we're finished. I think that this silver pedestal dish is pewter, and I also think it's a trophy. You could use it as a bowl. It would look perfect with like those blue and white chinoiserie style balls, moss balls. I could see you putting a flower frog in here, making a flower arrangement, and it would be really stunning. But I also can see this in that Ralph Lauren kind of vibe, and I know I'm throwing out these styles. It's to try to give you a visual of what it would look like, like mixed in with those deep, moody, warm colors as well. Found a couple of pieces of art. That's another one of my favorites. You all will hear me say, I don't leave art behind if it's in my budget. I loved these watercolors. I loved that they were signed, and they're probably made to go together, and I think they would look great together. Loved the soft colorway, but I also think they're big enough on a wall to stand on their own. So I will probably price them as such. Instead of a set, I will probably price them individually. And for the very last piece, and voila, this trophy. Guys, I think this is so cool, and it's really, really heavy. This isn't brass, but I don't know what the material is, and it stands on this wood stand that is mahogany looking with the black trim. This is my favorite thing, the frog. Well, I'm not picking a favorite because I like them all, but I really do think this is cool, and this, my friends, is not that easy to find. So might babysit this for a moment too. If you did see anything that you cannot live without, we do know it's an extra step, but we will get it to you if it's still available and shippable. We thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, or if you haven't subscribed yet or liked the page, that helps us out tremendously. And we just thank you for being here. Go have the very best day, and we'll talk to you really soon.